Alright, in this video I'm going to be making a tier list on all of the shoulder pets in Ark Survival Evolved. Now last time I did one of these shoulder pet ranking videos, it was a ranking video, it was like the top, or it was like ranking all of the shoulder pets. It was like extremely controversial for some reason. I don't know why, because this is literally like the most random topic in Ark, but we're going to be going over this today. I don't know if it's going to be as controversial. It probably will be, because people for some reason have really strong opinions about shoulder pets, but I guess we'll see. Also, just want to mention that I am a PvE player, and I usually play on single player too, so like, normally the things that people would use in PvP situations, I would not, so creatures that do have PvP uses, I'm probably going to rank low, because they don't have any use to me. First we have the Hessperonus, which is like the duck, basically. It just waddles around, swims around, doesn't really do much. The main ability of it is it drops like a golden egg, and then you can use that to make some sort of kibble. I don't really make kibble that often though, because I'm kind of lazy, so I don't really end up using this creature, so it's going to go in the C tier. And then we have the monkey, the Mesopithecus. This one doesn't really have much of a use. It throws poop, but on PvE single player I'm not really using this for anything other than just having a cool little shoulder pet. And then we have the Bulldog, which is the first extremely useful one because it is a light pet. And light pets are pretty much essential on Aberration. On other maps it doesn't really matter, but on Aberration it's extremely useful because the light keeps away Nameless. It does attract Seekers though, so that's kind of a bad thing, but other than that, it is really good for keeping the Nameless away. Also the Reapers as well, because it gives them like a stun effect. Or not stun, but you know, like weakens them, so you can actually kill them. Otherwise they're pretty much invincible. Then I'm going to put the Combi at C tier. This one's not really useful at all. I mean, in single player, I'm not really using this for anything. After that, we're going to have the Noglin, which I'm going to put in the A tier. Now, for PvP, this is really good. I don't play PvP, but even on single player, I think this one's pretty useful because you can mind control any creature with it. So I could, you know, go up to like a Giga or something and mind control it, which means I cannot really be able to use it permanently, but I can mess around and, you know, mind control things. And then we have the Ferox, which is easily going in the S tier. I mean, this one's great. It can transform into a giant, whatever monster-looking thing, and then you can ride on the back of it and run around and kill stuff. And it's really fast, and you can climb up walls and stuff. So it's actually a pretty good travel mount. So you can use that as like a double mount and then throw it out. So it's pretty cool. Definitely deserving of the S tier. Then we have the Pegos, which I'm putting at D tier. Not really any good reason other than that I don't like Pegos, so I don't really want to have them as a tame, so I'm going to put it at the D tier. And then after that we have the Gerbo, which is another really useful one. This one is only really useful in Scorched Earth though. It tells you what the weather is going to be by its different sounds, so it'll warn you if there's going to be a sandstorm, a lightning storm, or a heat storm, which is pretty useful because you don't want to get stuck in like a sandstorm or something like that. That's not really good, so having a warning is nice. Then there's the Ichthyornis, which I also don't like because, you know, the stealing thing is really annoying. They're just really annoying in general, so I'm going to put this one in the D tier too. After that, we have the Microraptor, which is easily going into the S tier. I mean, this is probably the greatest shoulder pet of all time. I mean, it's top of S tier, definitely the best. So it's basically like a jetpack. You can fly up into the air, and then you can glide around too, like a glide suit, and you can always have it on you. I mean, this is the most useful. It's pretty much a must-have tame on Lost Island when you actually do play it. Then we have the Microraptor, which is going to go in the C tier. This one is just, I mean, it's not really that useful for PvE. It's kind of just a fun one to have, a shoulder pet. If you don't have a shoulder pet, you can have this one. So I'm just going to put it in the C tier. It's not really that useful, though. And then after that, we have the Otter, which is actually pretty useful because you can use it to keep yourself warm. So if you don't have fur armor and you need to stay cool, you can use this. Or, you know, if it's extremely cold and fur armor isn't enough, you can use the Otter, and that will keep you warm as well. So it's pretty useful. After that, we have the Shinehorn, which is probably my favorite of light pets. It's still going to go in the A tier. So next, I'm going to do all the light pets, which are just all going to go in A tier because they all do the same thing. Like I explained with the Bulldog, it gives you light, which keeps away the Nameless. So I'm going to have all of these in the A tier. The Shinehorn, the Glowtail, and the Featherlight. Then we have the Dimorphodom, which is going to go in the C tier for the same reason all the other ones are in the C tier for, is that they don't really have much of a use. They're just kind of cool to have, so I'm just going to put that in there. And then after that, we're going to have this one in the D tier, which is going to be the Vulture. Now, a lot of people got mad at me on my old video for putting the Vulture so low in the ranking, but I mean, literally, I don't have any use for it in single player, so yeah. And then after that, we have the Archopteryx, which is a really unique one, because if you hold it, it allows you to glide extremely far. Now, you'd think this is really useful, but it's really not, because when you're holding it, you can only like be in glide mode and you can't do anything else. Like you can't even use your hands because he's like in a holding motion, so it ends up being like not useful at all, and it's really impractical. And then finally we have the Fedora Hawk, which is the newest shoulder pet added, and this one is really useful because it retrieves your stuff for you when you die, which is obviously super useful because sometimes it's a really hard spot or it's surrounded by a bunch of creatures that are trying to kill you. So this one's extremely useful for getting your stuff back. So this one's going to go in the A tier. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Twitter with the link in the description and show my Discord server too, because that's pretty cool. But thanks for watching, and bye.